to invite Maggie.
Am I here?
Yes.
Am I here?
Hi.
Oh my god. Hi.
Hold on. Let me get Waypod out of here. There we go.
God.
Okay. Hello, everybody.
Oh. Can you see
Turn on the
me?
video.
Can you
Hi.
see me? Hi. Can you see me?
Okay. No, you gotta turn on your video.
How do I do that?
Let me see if I can invite to video. I just clicked invite to video. So do you see something that says
Okay.
click or something? There you go. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. How are
Hi.
you?
I'm happy to be here. I don't know. Okay, wait. I don't want to leave the show. Okay.
It's good
Hi.
to see you.
Oh, it's so good to see you too. Hold on one second.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Oh my gosh. I'm so happy to
So
see you too. Woo,
I
hi.
know. So this is simulcasting out to YouTube right now. So we're also on YouTube, and we're here. If anybody wants to join us, you will see the Fireside chat link, I believe. Anyway, so hello. How are you?
Hello. How are you? How are you, light walker, part light
I went
worker?
light walking today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kicking ass with some clients today. We were with our sword of truth, getting to the nitty gritty, and then it was gorgeous here. I'm in New York and it was 55 degrees, bright and sunny, which for here, it was like, it felt like a summer day.
Yay.
You're in Hawaii though, it's always gorgeous by you, right?
Well, I would say compared to what you guys go through, like it's hilarious. But it's actually the weather's been really unusual lately. Heavy winds and hurricane winds and heavy rain. So, it's kind of been causing Hawaii types of issues.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah. Okay. Well, at any rate, I did get out light walking, and not that it's usually a verb, but if I had to make it a verb, it would be walking in the light. Just kidding. So anyway,
I think
I,
since we've been working on like you sharing more about yourself, I think
mhm.
you should let everybody know what light walking is so they can
Okay.
do some
Yes.
self care and do some light walking too.
Yes. Okay. That's a good point because I always say light walking is part light worker, part Jedi Knight. So it's being kind and loving. It's about walking in the light as a spiritual practice, as a, I say it's spiritual-ish. I mean, it's not, there's no dogma around it. It's about, you know, communing with your higher self. That's literally what happened to me was I had an experience where down the road from me there's a creek. I live like on a sound and a creek and there's a lot of water, which I think amplifies the energies. And, you know, um, I was walking along and I kind of went through this kind of mystical experience where all of a sudden I kind of felt like there was this presence that kind of came into me. And that's how it felt. And it was really weird. It just shared space kind of with me. And I was walking and all of a sudden I'm smiling ear to ear. I'm like walking like, and I'm looking at everything as if it's brand new. It was amazing. Even though I was thinking like, this is crazy. Part of me was thinking this is crazy. And the other part of me was like, wow, beautiful. Everything was beautiful. And so it was me, but it was me plus.
Yes. I'm
And
actually your vibration. I'm in the same place. I'll tell you after.
okay, it was, it felt very wonder and joy. Those were the overall feelings of wonder and joy at just the planet. I mean, it was just everything was beautiful to the nth degree. And when I got about half a mile down the road, I kind of was like thinking to myself, I think maybe this is enough. Maybe now I'm done. Like, I don't know. Like, I wasn't sure. And and then it kind of felt like I was back in my own, just my own energy. And I'm looking up at the sky, and I'm fully expecting to hear a voice, like say something to me. I'm like, and I'm like, who are you? And I heard in my head, it was not an outside voice, but I heard, I am you. And I was like, what? What? Like, my whole mind exploded. And I thought, what's that mean? I was like, that must be my higher self. But I always thought of my higher self as being your future self. And so if my higher self is my future self, hasn't my future self been here on earth before? But maybe it's been a long time, or I don't really know. So anyway, it was really such a wild experience. And I had no I had no confidence in figuring it out on my own. I mean, because that's all I could get was it was my higher self. So then I was talking to a psychic who said to me, well, that was you, but that's
Yeah.
you if you strip away all of your dense garbage.
Yeah.
She said, in that moment, you were probably more truly you than you normally are, because normally we walk around with concerns in our head or judgments about, stuff like it's hot out or like we think. And in this moment for about half a mile, like I wasn't thinking, but I gotta tell you, like it felt like I, it, it just really felt like something came in and then left. I mean, so that's why I was fully waiting for some spirit to say that they had come to visit me, or
Mhm.
an alien, or something, some entity outside of me. Like when it said "I'm you," I was like, I don't understand. So I don't really know. What do you get?
Okay. This is what I get. Nothing is wrong. I feel like as we are moving up and down the scale, we hold different vibrations, and that accesses us to different levels of our God self and different levels of our multidimensional selves. So it's not wrong to think anything. Um, I'm not here trying to tell you your experience, but like,
No,
um,
say anything you want. I'm very open
well, it's
to
like
interpretations.
so the thing is, God is not going to sound like an outside thing. He will sound like your God self, your higher self will sound like you. That's when we actually start to really know we're getting into this cockpit of the God self flying that plane through celestial lanes. It's going to sound like you. The other part too is where I think your dimensions lined up. So you created a channel where you were just being opened and flushed. So you got to be in that moment, moving up through life tracks, and you've been really, really holding a strong, powerful vibration of love on the planet. So you've been offsetting thousands of people. I don't have the exact quotes right now. I think it's around 750,000 people when somebody vibrates at love. So as we continue to hold these frequencies, we get bigger access to our God self and our higher self. And it's like a chain reaction. So there's parts of us that are still lower. There's parts of us that are sort of aware of this midsection. And then there's parts of us, and we are becoming more our God self. And you are just such a beautiful person, light walker, energy healer, Jedi Knight, Skywalker, like you're all of these things. And like we're all watching you with your spiritualist, expanded minds, and all your other shows. We're just watching you give the gift of your beautiful God self to the whole world.
Maggie, you're so sweet. Is that what I'm doing? Because I'm like, you would think I'd feel more knowingness about it. Wouldn't it seem like I'd be like, oh, that's what happened? You just described it. I get that. I get exactly what you're saying. And I do think that's what we're doing is we're becoming more in tune with all our dimensional selves.
May I see something?
Yeah.
When you watch a little baby um, learning to like walk, so they're doing that weird thing where they get up on their haunch or they're trying to crawl and then they can't move and they're going like this and they launch on their face and then they do like finally one arm and then they fall on their face. Do you say, bitch, come on, crawl? Or how come you're not walking, motherfucker? You don't say that. Like that, we essentially have these ideas of how God is going to present ourselves, Himself, like us, ourselves. And
hmm
then we sometimes like miss that it's absolutely perfect. We don't, it doesn't have to be like, we're going to have every experience like, ah, and wah, and hee, and ha. You're going to have it all. And I would just encourage you to not judge it.
Yeah, that's it. That's the thing, right? That's the human, right? That's my human wanting to, judge it, make sense, analyze it, figure it out, label it, kind of
It could
pull
be
it
more.
apart.
That's super wonderful what you expressed.
Yeah.
But
It was
all of creation was
magical
going to
feeling.
love you.
It was
Yeah.
magical feeling.
It was
And it
reflecting back to you the love that you've been giving out,
I
the
see.
service you've been giving out. It's reflecting
Well,
back to the beauty that you are.
I definitely I got to say it was um very validating to experience that height of elation, that elated. It wasn't quite euphoria, but it dang close. Like, I mean, I think it was euphoria kind of, except that I was very, there was part of me that was very much aware. It was the observer part, right? I'm observing my own feelings about this and I'm like, part of me is just like blown away with how perfect everything is. Like every blade of grass, the water, the glistening, and if you saw where I live by a creek. It's not like I live in Bali. It's not, the serene, pristine view. It's it's a little muddy creek, but like it's perfect. And I was just in awe and in joy. I was in so much joy. I was like walking like this.
I know.
I must have looked stoned. I mean, like, if
Yeah,
someone had driven by and
exactly.
seen me, they'd be like, what is she on? Because I look like I was tripping.
Yeah, exactly. And I was gonna say it's like that. It's like warm. It's like gentle. It's kind of like CBD, possibly Xanax, not quite marijuana feeling, but you're like you were still in the ecstasy and the
It is
perfect.
is ecstasy stoner feeling. It is absolutely stoner vibes. It's not like, yes. I mean, it's not a high energy. It's kind of this reggae-ish energy.
So let me tell you this. I don't know if you're like aligning with me because this is what I got going on. And it's been going on this week and it was so crazy. Like I started this yoga thing and it started switching life tracks and all this stuff. But it was like, I know I had this feeling and I even went to go get like Hawaiian food. And I was there and the guy was like, whoa, auntie, what are you smoking? And I was like, Oh, I'm smoking God and like some yoga and like some Brian Scott. You know him? And like Josiah Bryant. And like, I'm smoking Jennie, like spiritualist. You know these? And then he's like, what? I said, yeah, no, like I'm feeling good like I should. And I just felt this. And then this is the thing. This has been happening all week. Okay, the first day this kind of happened, I have to take a step back. Like you, I'm walking, and like everywhere I go, it's like a strong fragrance, right? So it's like the little baby looks, the old man looks, then the young man looks, then the teenager stops acting a fool, and at first I thought like, okay, maybe I'm seeing things, but then it was like every single person I interfaced, like in Whole Foods or in the doctor's office. It was significant. I could really feel it. And I just felt so peaceful. I felt so calm. I felt so high vibe. I felt so Jawaiian. That's what we call it here. Like I just felt relaxed, and it was like, and it was weird too, because people could see me before I even was there. Like I'd be coming around a corner and they were already could feel this.
Yes. Well, that's
Like
because our souls are bigger than our bodies.
yeah.
Yeah. Your whole vibe was in the room before, or around the corner before you were.
In my like old job in the hospital, sometimes my vibration would get so big, people would literally like hit my aura and bounce back. And then it would be freaking them out because it was like hitting a glass. But they're down the hall and I'm coming towards them. And then they like hit something and they're like, you can't, when people are not ready, you can't,
Yeah.
I joke and say, oh, it's my aura. And they're like, don't worry, Dr. Sai, it's gonna be okay. But it's a
I
good
love
feeling.
it.
We're in the same vibe. I love it.
Yeah. This is Friday vibes, guys. I mean, this is Friday night vibes.
And you know
So,
what this is too? This is
what?
expanded minds and expanded
Yeah.
hearts,
Yes. Well, that's
expanded
what we talk about,
soul.
expanding our minds. It got me thinking. So I was watching Brian Scott's video on jumping the timeline.
Yes, it was powerful.
Did you do it?
Yeah, at the as he started, like the first part is like, let's pet the kitty cat.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's rest the kitty. By the end, I felt like I was a spaceship getting ready to take off. Like I really
Yes.
felt.
Yes. And I know he said, like, don't tell anyone, don't talk about it. So I'm like, it's killing me not to talk
Oh,
about it. But I'm not, I'm going to follow his instructions and not talk about it. But I will say that if you guys would like to have a real experience of jumping into another timeline, go to Reality Revolution, look up that video on jumping timelines. Like, I think it was just this week. I just did it the other day. So, and that's all I'm going to say because you're not supposed to talk about it.
just hit it up. If you go to Brian Scott Reality Revolution, you will see the videos in order when it comes up of what was posted. Just go look for this one, press it on, and put your headphones on, make sure you're in a safe place, chill out, relax.
Yeah. Now it is about 2 hours long. It's not a short video, so you want to give yourself time. But the first half, to your point, is preparing you,
Yes.
and then the second half is launching.
The first part is the baby trying to crawl. The next part is the baby crawling and walking.
Yes, yes. And I would love to hear your experience if anyone does that because that was mind blowing. So yeah, so it's been a very good week of expanding our minds. Do you have anything else to report on the front of like what are you doing next week? Do you have plans? Are we going to do another show next week? What are we doing?
Yes, we are gonna do another show next week. Yes. And like, you know what, too? Another thing, we are open to like if you leave comments and let us know. things that you'd like to discuss, or something you want a Friday vibe with, we will like love to hear your comments and see
Yeah.
what you got cooking in your pots.
Now, yes, I want to add that um, we need to actually go on and because on YouTube, I'm going to draw from the comments a winner of a free tarot reading.
Yes.
And I'm like, I actually could do that now and
Yeah.
announce the winner.
Okay.
Should I do that now?
Sounds fun.
Okay, so what I need from you is you don't know any order that's going on here. So I'm just
So
going
I
to log into,
just have to ask this. Do you think we should promote it a little longer, or do you think like
well, I could do another one. That's okay. Let's
okay,
do a winner now, and then
put
we'll
this
pick another
one
one.
aside?
Yeah. So let's see. I'm just going to ask you to pick a number between 1 and 12, and I'm going to, or no, 1 and 20. I will count to 20, and whoever I land on 20, I'll just go down the rotation. I'll keep doing it until I get to 20, and whoever that is, I'll just tell you in a minute. So let me
Do I give you a
go.
number or
Oh,
no?
we are on live, so look at that. That's fun, isn't it?
Hi everybody.
Technology's so cool. Yeah,
Yes.
we're on live right now on YouTube. But I'm looking back over into the comments
Okay.
from our show that was dated on the date was this? It was like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. No. I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, I know. It's in the videos. So I want to tell people this too. So the videos, it's really interesting. YouTube is now putting people's videos, if you go live, or like the show right now is on in the tabs on my channel, it says live.
Yes.
But if I want to cut out the beginning or something, I go in and it makes a copy of it and that goes into videos.
Oh.
And so people really the default screen on YouTube shows videos. It doesn't show live.
Oh wow. Okay.
So when you go live, I don't think you're getting the reach that you get as when you post a
A
video
video.
that's already made that's not live.
Okay.
So anyway, so 2 weeks ago we started this, and here I'm looking. So hold on, let's look down. And okay, so pick a number between 1 and 20.
13.
Okay, here we go. 1,
Brrrr.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Would you say 13?
13.
Okay, so Kathy Orton.
Ah! Yay, Kathy! Oh my gosh,
Kathy's
yes,
the
I love
winner.
her. Oh, she's
Kathy's the winner.
wonderful.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I'm also, since I'm in here, I see she has 2 subscribers on her channel. I'm subscribed.
Yay!
Yes, we
Kathy's
all need to.
wonderful. She's a coach. She lives in the Alaska area. And she also, like, so she's building her business. She has a website now. So we got to get her on. She's actually somewhere right now and would love to come on the show. We just have to organize.
Awesome.
Mhm. And she helps people also, like, she has these like retreats where you can go to Alaska, and they're women focused, last I knew. And basically, she helps them have very unique healing adventures in Alaska. She is amazing. Very high.
Awesome. I can't wait to meet her. So you just want a free tarot reading? I'm just gonna tell her just DM me.
Okay.
DM
And I'll
me
reach out to her too.
to
I'll tell her.
coordinate.
Oh,
That's
really?
fun.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Okay. And I was gonna put an emoji. I have to put emojis that like I don't know if that's an old person thing or what, but like now when I write, things don't look right unless you put like an emoji with it, right?
Yes,
Like
yeah,
I need
like
an emoji. Oh, why won't it let me? Hold on. It's taking some words that I pasted before. One of the things, guys, so me and Maggie were talking about our tech skills,
yes,
or like I think we do really good considering
you do
personally,
great considering
uh,
I am
considering
still.
that we didn't grow up with this, right?
Yeah, you're really good actually, like really. It's I am still coming up, but the point is that that willingness, like anything, and allowing, and we are in that space, so we're going to keep learning and growing and coming forward.
It's the learning and allowing for sure. And because you've got to say to yourself, I'm going to eventually get it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, look how we struggled to get together on this platform, and tonight was a little effortless. It was a
Yes.
little okay.
There was still the but then it like went ooh.
I love how you're like, we get to experience the highs and the lows and the whoa going way off to the side.
Oh God, yes, trust the universe.
Oh my God, I know. I love it. All right. So, what we've been doing on our shows is asking people a question.
Mhm. Well,
Do you,
I want to ask something first of you.
yeah,
I would like you to
about
share.
me?
Yes, yes, of you and your endeavors. So I would like you to share with everybody all the different podcasts like you're doing. So you have many different guests, and I was just wanting to help people sort of have an idea of how this works in Jennie spiritualist's life, how the different people she's talking to, and so you
Right,
can know where you're going to plug in people.
right. Okay. So, this is how I'm kind of thinking about it. Is that because I personally love to just have impromptu conversations. I don't like to try to memorize things or try to script. I feel like the energy becomes forced and it's not as fun for me and probably isn't as fun for the listener. So, um, and I want more people to engage if they feel so inclined, if you want. So I like these platforms like YouTube where you can comment and go live. I am on, a social presence as spiritualish.tv on Instagram and Facebook. And there's a website called spiritualish.tv. And it's got, because I'm a coach, it's got like also, I do courses on productivity and time management, all with a spiritualish bend. And so there's that. But so the YouTube channel and the Fireside are the new thing where I'm putting back the old podcast C and ADHD into my mix because a lot of my clients have ADHD or they have ADHD tendencies, like um, they say like time management or I feel a little scattered. I want to be more productive. Whether I don't care if people have the diagnosis or not, that doesn't matter. But it's all about perspective. It's all about how you look at things. And so the people that I have been talking to on this fireside chat, I'm putting up a title with it. And if they come on with me again, we're just going to use that title again. So, like, Multidimensional Maggie and me have this expanded mind series that's within the Seen ADHD and Spiritualist.tv umbrella, right? And if people just come on once, then they just come on once. But if you come on several times, I'm just going to use the same old artwork and we're just going to expand the conversation
There you go.
into the topic because I see like a lot of people are into a certain thing, right? Like for you and me, when we talk about expanding our minds, because we're both in Brian Scott's like that large sum of money group where we met and we talk about reality and we're into expanding our consciousness and expanding our mind, expanding our hearts. And I can't imagine having a whole lot more like else that we would talk about because that's where we just totally vibe and I'm like, yeah, right? But like Michelle from the same group, she was really into income and impact. And so I called it Pearls of Wisdom income and impact. And if she comes on again with me, I'm gonna use the same artwork. It's gonna be the same thing, but we'll have. I don't even know what we talked about because we've been all. That's the thing about these conversations. They're very organic and they just flow to wherever we talk about, right? But the overarching theme is going to be like with her about income and impact because that's her focus and that's her specialty, and so
Thank you,
that's why
Michelle.
it maybe looks random, but like Amy Pasatina, she's a psychic. She's when we talk about psychic chat stuff. So it's always going to be called psychic chat, even though sometimes we might talk about light codes, other times we might talk about past lives. It doesn't matter because we'll go all over the place. And the people who like to have shows like that to watch or something, I hope it's entertaining and also informative, and inspirational and fun. I don't know. Does
Hence
that
why
make
it's
sense?
fireside chats, right? Like the
Yes.
concept of fireside chats in a way is to have like a warm place to like discuss whatever is real to you or whatever is happening in your life. I mean, they're trying to create a platform so people can come together and have the meaning of minds and hearts, So we're doing that. Don't you have
Yeah.
one other gentleman as well?
So the other day I had on Tim Tarpley. He is a health and fitness kind of
Uh,
guru. So it's called Health and Happiness Life Enhancement because he calls himself a life enhancement coach. If I talk to Tim, it's going to be about those things. He's always helping people with, he's a vegan, so he's talking about his food or he's talking about training. He does not marathons, triathlons. He puts them on. He goes and participates in them. He's very an athletic, he's a personal trainer. Um, so he bikes and swims. So all these things fall under that umbrella though of health and happiness. So when he's on, there we go. I have the artwork, we just pop it up and we have a different kind of conversation. So yeah. So those are the people I've had on so far. Trying to remember if I forgot anybody. I hope I didn't forget anybody. But we just started. So and it's not about me finding a million different people to go talk to. Like when I had my podcast before, part of my job was just lining up interviews and it took a lot of time and I was like, I love to meet people, but like this
stressful.
is something else. This is not. I just want to hop on with people that want to talk and want to communicate and have a lot of ideas I want to share. And so I have no number. It could be 2,000 people by the end of the day that I've talked to, but that's why if you've got some friends that are interested in coming
Yes.
on, let's bring them on. Like, let's do it.
Rosie and Kelsey and Lisa, Trevor, and EA. So we'll work on
The
like
thing
how.
about Fireside is you can have 4 people up here in the video,
Okay, okay.
which is great, and you can have 12 people in the conversation that can talk, that you can hear them all in the room.
Okay, well, I want to say something really quick. I want to thank you very much for creating this platform and having these high quality conversations, as 19 Keys would say. I just tell you, Michelle is fabulous. I've seen a lot of her things. She talks about marketing, everything business that will help support you. And what is the young lady? Amy? Amy is super cute. And she just has this, like, I don't know, it's kind of like a very light fairy type of energy to her. She's very gentle, and her psychic chats are amazing. And Tim with his health tips, even if, I keep saying this on my channel, but if you even walk away with one tool, it could change your whole life. And it's because we're
Yes,
game changers. That's what we're here to do. And then we
yes.
have Jennie with all her wisdom in ADHD, but all things coaching and even business. Jennie is a powerhouse, guys, and we're very lucky to have her. So, I look
Well,
forward
and also we have Sherry coming on
to
next week, who's going to
Okay.
talk about, you know, with the ADHD, she's come up with different hacks on how to clean your house, like the
Yes,
best.
that sounds great.
Yeah, she's going to do that. She's in our Large Sums of Money group too. And same with Raul. And he's going to come on And we're going to talk about the ADHD medication was the thing that we started talking
Okay.
about. And I was like, oh, this will be great. But also he was talking about like, I'm going to do his human design chart and
Yes.
I'm going to expose him for who he is. No, I'm kidding. But I said that we could
Oh,
talk about that. Like,
no, it's going to be wonderful. I mean, like, because everybody here is higher order value people. So you're going to connect. I just want to encourage you guys. So let me just get this right one more time. If you want to find Jennie, spiritualist, you're going to go to spiritualist.tv.com. Spiritualist TV. What is it?
spiritual ish
Spiritualist
with an
TV
eight dot TV.
dot TV dot
Hmm.
com. Okay,
Yep.
spiritualist dot TV
No. Spiritual ish. ISH.
spiritualist dot TV
Yes.
dot com. Okay, so now that we have heard this several times, please check her out and check out her offerings. Something's going to resonate with you, something's going to uplift you, and we are creating a community of beautiful light
Yes. Well,
workers.
oh my God, I'm so glad you mentioned that because on the website, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll see I have a membership. You can become a light walker for $11 a month. That
Woo,
I have some goodies that I throw people,
let's
like, and
go.
also like all my offerings. So you can read about that if you go to the website. If you're so inclined and want to join me in a formal way of being a light walker. But you can be a light walker right now just by watching this video and just saying, I claim it, I'm a light walker, because anybody can do this, right? Every but one of us can be a light worker and a Jedi Knight. I think so.
Well, yes, absolutely. It's a choice, right? We have to decide and then we walk in the direction of light. But the thing is, like, this is no pressure. The thing about it, though, is how many times have you attended a podcast or you've been somewhere, and I'm guilty of this myself, where you're hearing all this great information and you have no idea to connect? And that's why I'm trying to ask some of the most basic, simple, obvious questions so that you all can connect with Jennie and whoever you're vibrating at, because it's wonderful to, a lot of people, one of the things that I continue to hear in our communities until people come together is that they feel very alone. They feel like they're from another planet. I'm sorry, but a lot of people I speak to too are even close to suicide, very severe levels of depression and anxiety. And I'm here to tell you, hello, join us. You are not alone. I am your
You do not
sister.
have to be
This is
alone.
your
Yeah.
sister. Tim's your brother. Brian's your brother. Michelle's your sister. Raul's your brother. Like, I'm just saying, like, there is no pressure here. You do not have to like sign on to anything you don't want. But it's always kind of like hard when you want to sign on, you don't know where to find it. So I'm wanting to encourage you in this moment. You are not alone. That we do love you and care for you. And that if you're hearing this message, great things are going to happen for you.
Maggie, you're just the best with your um, enthusiasm and exuberance.
Oh,
I'm so excited to have you here with me. I'm so excited to have you join. It was, guys, listen, in the group when I said I had this tit, like I to do this. And she's the first one, oh, me, I'll do it with you. I was like, yes,
oh,
yes,
I've been writing in
because
my.
I watch you on your channel and I love your energy. And plus, guys, listen, don't go to I am Maggie with 3 exclamation points on YouTube because that's another channel to watch all of your exciting videos and all of your exciting inspirational content. So I'm just looking to see, yep, we're live. You hear that? Yeah.
Hi.
All right, I'll get off that.
I wanted to share, like, before I forget, on that
Yeah.
note, Brian Scott, Reality Revolution, he did a video recently on momentum where he encouraged us and he challenged us to do the momentum challenge. And
I
so,
saw that, but I didn't listen to it yet. So that's why I was like, he must have said something in that momentum video because everyone's talking about momentum challenge. And I'm like,
well, momentum is coming the buzzword in the, like, whatever you want to call new age, like self help thing. But anyway, Brian, he's always at the front of the pack. But the bottom line is he's talking about building momentum and to actually walk in your purpose with intensity. Okay, he doesn't say it like that, but that's how I'm saying it, with intensity. So this is the thing. I did a Brian Scott Reality Revolution Reality Con 3 challenge of just being creative every day. I did that for 30 days. If you want to check
Yes.
it out, it's on my channel. But some people reached out to me and they said, Maggie, you need to do the momentum challenge. So if you come on over to my channel, I am doing the Brian Scott Momentum Challenge, and we're on day 5. But there's
Mm.
something each day that I'm kind of prickly pairing you to see if maybe you could pick up one thing and do it for the month, or maybe pick up each different thing and do it for the month. It's actually kind of fun. Yesterday was about my, I have different people visiting me, and one of them that's been visiting was Queen Marie Laveau. And I'm
Mm.
very, very inspired by her. She kind of motivated me to show, you know, speak of aspects of that are not ordinarily thought to basically what she really is, because honestly I really feel a lot of times when a woman is powerful, or she's in tune with the earth, or if she knows how to make a good tea, she's a witch, or she's something bad. And I think a lot of women have gotten a bad reputation, and I'm not saying she has a bad reputation, but I think people really need to take a more open hearted look at her, because this woman, she spent her life serving the people of New Orleans. And if you know anything about that area, it is so poverty stricken. There is so much that has been done to people of all, African descent, of many different like outlying descents. She helped serve the poor. She helped minister to the prisoners. She did hair. She also gained influence through the information she got. And what did she do with that influence? She helped people. She did faith healing. She healed the sick. She did not just sit around and like cast witchcraft the way, sometimes she's made to be into something. And honestly, the woman was a high powered energy woman of God that served in some of the roughest, darkest places. And she didn't fear. She had her own things that happened to her. A lot of times it's interesting. Somebody will make somebody evil, but you learn that that person has had something happen, and that person is protecting themselves. Every Even behaviors that, the body keeps a score. It talks about a person may be acting out a trauma behavior, and it served them when they were younger, but now that they're older they just look like a lunatic. So the thing
Yeah.
is, it's like we every behavior, whether Richard Grannon teaches this too, whether because he teaches about how to heal from the narcissism thing. And the bottom line is they tell you that when you have a behavior and you not sure what the heck is going on, track it back to the root, and find out where this developed, how it developed, why it developed, and if it needs to be transformed, transform it. And a lot of times people are not looking at what a person has faced in their life, or they're just automatically labeling this or that because of the power disparity or whatever it is. But I started out with her, and one of the challenges was about the hairstylist, and I contacted my hairstylist. She was like, "What? This is so cool!" So each day it's something a little bit different.
It's
And
very cool. When I saw it, I said, "Oh my gosh!" I was just thinking about going there and get my hair done, and I couldn't go today. So this is me. I will go to her next. I gotta get the fuzzies all trimmed up and the
yeah,
roots done, and I'm gonna show you guys better hair next week, hopefully,
yeah,
because that was a beautiful thing. Your tribute to the hairdressers, and I was like, yes, I love
yeah,
it. I love how you tied that in. It was wonderful.
yeah. There's just so many beautiful, and like we never really die. Like we may leave these clay jars, but we never die. We are eternal. And so many of these power hitters are just depending on you, um they're right. You
They're right here.
But yeah, like I'm just saying, like I'm just saying, like
Who do you see,
maybe
Maggie?
your veil is thicker, whatever it is, but they're not. Their ancestors are there cheering you on. And of course, like anything, you can't be walking into dangerous places without your armor. Yes, some spirits don't have good intentions. So that's why we want to really be in our core and have our energy field built and have our, lights all the way out and our protective shield. And we know we're grounded and we're connected to the creator. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's kind of fun. It's a momentum challenge. As you know, I'm a little bit off the wall, so it's kind of fun sometimes, to just be like, you know what? I'm just gonna chill, throw a carrot to the caution, and watch Maggie's channel.
Yes, watch Maggie's channel. Because I've never watched your channel and not left with a big smile on my face and like an idea of something. Like that's what you do. Like you just inspire. It's wonderful.
And okay, Godman is he's such a sweet man. That's also one of our big time reality revolution brothers. And he's so one of his comments. He's so great. He was like, okay, or no, been there and done that. And the thing about it, that's the beauty, guys, is that when you connect with this group, like okay, God Man, Jennie Spiritualist, Lisa Crampton, Kathy Orton, Michelle, Trevor, Raul, Tim, Amy, when you connect with them, they're higher vibrational. So you're never going to come away feeling little. You're going to come away feeling, ah, and that's the idea. You want to be around people that
Ah,
want. You want to be around people that when they observe, the slit test, right? As the molecules move
yes,
through, they change when they're observed. Well,
yeah.
if you're the molecule, you want the people observing you, seeing you win, seeing you healthy, seeing you succeed. You need to just cut ties with that which is like, negative, draining. I'm not saying do not abandon your responsibilities, but really survey your life and see what can I get rid of that would lighten my load and put me in
Yeah.
more
Sometimes there's
vibration.
some leaks. We got some leaks in our, we're getting a little drainage going on. It's like you need to shore up your leaks and kind of be like, I
Or
don't
people
need to be
support.
drained, in this direction to this person. Maybe I can put up a boundary and just spend, you know, an hour with them this week instead of 6 hours, like, I mean, whatever. You don't, it's not all or nothing. You don't have to cut people out, but
Hmm.
to take back, so that you don't become drained. For
Yes.
sure. For sure. Boundaries up, people. Boundaries. It's like knives out. Boundaries up.
Yeah, and like I love when OK Godman put that because you know what? That's the bottom line. The people that we are connected to, they live in this state, but also it's actually fun to get in these challenges and to have something kind of spur you in the direction of like everybody starts calling their hairstylist worldwide. That would be so fun. Like,
It's
because
amazing.
as my
Oh,
channel
and I'm
grows.
going to tell my girl exactly what happened. Let her know there are people on your side. They're watching out for you because we collectively decided that we all need to go and not only support our hairstylists, but let them know how important they are to us and let them have their talents shine.
Yes. And another good one was I did a video on Maria Queen Marie Laveau. She witnessed to the prisoners. She went to the jails. She served them. She helped them. So that was one of my challenges, and that was one that hit a good nerve, or however you want to put it, in several people. One of them, Sparkle. She wrote a beautiful comment that she literally snail mailed, wrote to somebody in prison for 30 years. And now this person has come out, he's transformed, and he's engaged to be married. And that he told her all his
Wow.
brothers. Yeah, Sparkle from the UK. I've got two Sparkles in my life. Both are amazing. This is Sparkle from the UK, and she is off the chain. This girl feeds foxes in London. Like she's just
Isn't that
power.
amazing?
I just
That's
love her.
amazing. I
I
love
love my
that.
other sparkle too. I love my other sparkle too. She's a Brian Scott Reality Revolutioner, but she's also a Josiah Brandt School of Imaginationer, and she's amazing. She does real estate. We gotta get her on too. But
Yeah.
yeah, she put that in there, and then like also I highlighted too Queen Lisa Crampton. She's one of our big time reality revolutioners too. And she recently completed school to be able to help people with human resources, SMR, and criminal justice issues to try to help people get back on track. She's amazing. She also has her certificate in like trauma and things, and she's going to come on board. But I wanted to highlight that because we can't just, some of our most gifted spiritual yogis, um, teachers, gifted energy healers are in prisons, are in mental institutions, are in some because they're misunderstood.
Oh,
And,
I'll
or
tell you, I know from the ADHD perspective that
yeah,
60% of the prison population has undiagnosed ADHD.
that's right. That's right.
And if you don't understand what you're seeing, if you think it's willful, obnoxious behaviors,
That's right.
when sometimes it's just misunderstood enthusiasm,
Yes.
um, or impulsivity,
Yes.
people not, jumping in, making a choice without really thinking about it ahead of time. It's different than a malicious vibe that trying to do harm.
Yes.
So I can see that there's a lot of opportunity for us to do better as a collective in helping each other navigate the way we perceive the world, right? The way we see things, because it
Yes.
informs how we behave. Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And we know like in many communities, like they have created these funnels to place, black people into prison. In Hawaii, they've created funnels to put Hawaiians in prisons, and the terms don't often match what is going on. Now, I want to just take this commercial break to say to all of you that me and Jenny are not condoning illegal behavior, breaking the law, being
No,
disrespectful, any of that. What I'm
no.
saying is that if you're really honest with yourself, have you ever made a mistake or maybe walked on the wild side in a way? If we're honest, you will find something. Okay, some people are truly like this straight laced, complete whatever. But in general, have you ever jaywalked? Have you ever sped? Like
I was going to say speeding tickets, right?
speeding tickets. Have you ever parked where you don't belong? Have you ever, not paid, parked and not paid the meter? Whatever it is. I'm just saying, we
Have
have
you
our
ever done
high,
a drive-by to an ex-boyfriend and
yeah,
kind of stalked them?
right. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. Hmm. I don't know what she's talking about, folks. I've never. I don't know what you're talking about there. No, just saying. No, but what I'm saying is, if we're honest, we all have something, and of course, we're not condoning violent crime or any things that are, but we're higher order value people, and we also know that not everything is as it appears. And once a person gets labeled in this way, it's like almost impossible for them to, it literally like reduces their opportunities. So let's say somebody's ADHD makes an impulsive decision and then they're painted a certain way, and they're put into now this very violent system. You're
Yeah,
now going to bring the absolute worst out of them in the effort to survive. That's not right. So
it's
I'm just
it's a
saying,
it's a vicious cycle for a lot of people. Yeah,
and I'm also saying
like it's
for
a vicious.
people who are not going to, jump into the criminal justice service, or not going to go visit people, that's okay. Just hold light for them, pray for them, continue to, like, you don't have to jump into every situation that we are talking about. What I'm saying is, if at the very least, you hold space, you hold life, you hold love, and you pray for them, that's major. Because like we talked at starting out, one person vibrating at love can offset thousands of people in chaos. And that's why it's so important for us to get grounded and work on ourselves and bring our vibration full. Because when you are like this, you bring a whole bunch of other people with you, whether they know it or not.
It's
So
amazing. It's amazing. What a beautiful. I got to think about that some more. Is there some stats on that somewhere? I mean, that's amazing.
and I should have got
You
it
don't have to
before.
tell me now. I was just curious, like if there's actual.
Yeah, David
Um,
Hawkins has actual stats on it.
yeah, that's
I
amazing.
think it's 750,000 people,
That's just amazing.
one
Yeah,
vibrating out loud.
yeah, I believe it. Amazing. But I tell people that when they doubt that, I'm like, listen, you affect people. Just think about when you walk into a room, how many times you've walked into the room or someone's walked into the room and they're like this, like they're just you feel their heaviness. You
Yeah.
just feel it. And people are like, yeah, yeah, that's true. I'm like, yeah. You can even feel it before it walks in the door sometimes. And same with the light. Someone who, like you, walking before you round the corner, you can almost all heads turn because they can feel that happening before it even happens. It's like, ooh,
I like to
it's
say
really
it like this.
powerful.
Kaboom! We stepped in the room. I was like talking with EA one day and I was telling her, EA, you are so awesome. Like you have this gentle power, but it's power still. When you come in, EA, it is like kaboom! EA stepped in the room. Like you got to think about that. You're like a love bomb, right? Okay, wait.
Yes.
Commercial here. The map of consciousness explained that by David R. Hawkins. One person vibrating at the level of true love, 500, counterbalances 750,000 individuals who are vibrating much lower than love. So choose love. Choose, we are all one. So, like you
Yeah.
have your body and you've got that one part that you want to be like wherever you want it. Every time you choose love, that part comes up or whatever, whatever, you know?
I always tell people when they feel guilty that like there's strife in the world and they're like, and you know, I feel bad because like I feel like I shouldn't feel happy because someone else isn't happy. And I'm like, it's all the more reason you do feel
Yeah.
happy. If you're able to feel happy, it goes out it fuels the whole ecosphere here. Like it goes out into the world and it lightens everything. You almost have a responsibility to, if you feel happy, to feel happy because it counterbalances exactly what you're talking about. Um, and I just intuitively kind of knew that, and now you're just confirming it, like validating it with some. Because
That's why
Hawkins
we're,
scale, I get it. Yes, I always talk about the Hawkins scale. Hmm.
in my nursing career, I had the ability to take care of such wonderful people of every station in life. And I was able to really connect with patients, and I was able to, a lot of times I didn't need to give a lot of medications, and that kind of blew people's minds because I used to call myself walking Xanax. I'm walking Xanax.
You were the medication.
Yeah. And I used to like people, some nurses would really approach me and be like, Maggie, like even like all the anesthesiologists, they're like, I don't know how you do it. I just give people drugs and put them to sleep, but somehow you're able to talk people down from trees without drugs. And it's amazing. Like whenever they had a rough person, they would be, get Maggie. So anyway, on that, like nurses would approach me and say like, it's kind of weird, like magical what you do, like what, and I used to tell them, in those situations where we're healed, we're power, we're compassion. Never go down to the patient. Remember now, they're sick, they've had surgery, they're wounded. Don't expect sick people to be nice to you. Don't take it personally. But you hold the field and you never go down to their field. You hold the field and you bring them up. And in my field, my work too, when I would see patients, I could see what I needed to see in the world, the 3D, but I would always
Yeah.
see them healthy. I would always see them like in love or when life was good, and I would work to like merge that so that they could get
Yes.
back healthy. And
Well,
because
see. That's the unified field. We are all one.
Yeah.
So that's what you want to the if you can imagine the part of you that's the all needs to
Yeah.
be as high as possible
Yep.
because the other parts of you that are lower you're 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 bringing them up
That's
even though you
right.
don't see it. They may not see it. These are people on the other side of the world you don't even know. You'll never know. But
Yes.
when you
Spooky
understand that
actor.
we're all one, that's why it works that way. It's that unified field. It's that God energy. It's the collective. It's just So yeah, just
And guys, so Jenny's
whew,
point is when you're holding love or you're in those higher scales of vibration, don't come down to shame and guilt. Hold it. Don't feel bad that someone's feeling bad. Of course, don't
yes,
be rude. Don't be mean. Do not use the tools against people because people do that and they poke at people when they're on their high point. Don't do that. But
no,
just hold that vibration and feel blissful about it and hold them in love and watch how that transforms their life.
oh, I just got a goosebump. Man, that's
Yeah.
powerful. All right, so
Action meditation, right?
I want us
Spooky
to get to the
action.
question, Maggie,
Oh,
because
okay.
we got to wrap this up. It's been an hour.
Oh, gosh. Okay, sorry.
No, no, no. I think people, can always pause and come back and all that. But yeah. So, what kind of question? Let's see. Let's go with your. Why don't we have people go into your momentum challenge?
Oh,
And the question will be like, what was your favorite? Go into Maggie's YouTube this when you see this, and then come back and comment below in the comments like what was one of your favorite momentum topics or challenges that she talked about? How about that?
yeah,
And then we'll
sure.
draw from the comments, right? Um, we'll give it what till next week, or do you want to do 2 weeks?
Maybe 2 weeks.
2 weeks. So if you see this before the end of February, go over to Maggie's channel, watch her momentum because you're doing 30 days of momentum challenge.
Yes.
And look at some of those and see which ones are your favorites or which ones you implement or which ones touched you the most or that you participated in. There's no right or wrong answer here, guys. It's just a matter of going, checking her out, and seeing what resonates with you. Then come back to this episode on YouTube and comment. Comment below what it is. And then you will be automatically placed in the drawing for the next free reading. Because I do coaching tarot. It's not just I just read cards like one spread. I do it's like a coaching tarot session. So it's cool.
So we are going to get over to spiritualist.tv.com because we're going to
Yes,
check out all her
no dot
offerings.
com. No dot com, just spiritualist.tv.
Okay, spiritualist.tv. There's kind of a little delay, and I'm so sorry, but
No, so
yeah.
funny. I'm like, no wait, no dot com. No dot
Let's all get on over there and check out her
com.
offerings. And I know there's a lot of people in Reality Revolution that would love to learn how to read tarot cards. So, guys, manifest, manifest. Ooh, manifest, manifest.
I love it.
Manifest.
Happy hands, guys.
Money, money,
Woo!
money, money.
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 All right, girlfriend. I
Okay,
will
girl.
talk to you later.